I'll just go. I'll just go. Turn me on? Yeah. All right. So if you down, you're muted. Good. Apologies, everybody. A little bit of technical difficulties there. Welcome to La Salette versus Herriman. The favorites versus one of the best up-and-coming sides here in USA high school rugby. Very interested to see what La Salette's able to do against this Herriman attack. Herriman, one of the best attacking teams in the country. Great both individually and as a and as a former front rower, very excited to see how this set piece battle goes. Herriman, a really big team, really effective at the set piece, and really dangerous off these launches. Beautiful scrum from Herriman. Winger insert. Good chop there from the 12. Herriman looks to get the ball wide. Again, you see the talent they have on the attacking side. And ends in a high tackle there from Salette. Big long ball there from Herriman, probably overplaying their hand a little bit, and ends in a knock-on, and a knock-on. And we'll see what La Salette here can do with this launch play. Inside their 50. Again, excellent scrum from the Herriman loosehead, Anthony Carlisle. Don't know if I fully agree with the referee's call there. Just not getting his reward for dominant scrummaging. Reasonable kick off that penalty kick there from number 10, Carson Coleman. And again, we've got a La Salette launch from the 40. One bit sloppy in the end. Good offload there from number 4. Good shot from number 10 there. Really interested to see what La Salette can do with the physicality they have in their game. Not quite as organized an attack as Herriman, but a very physical team. But coming up against the most physical team in high school rugby in Herriman. Got an excellent kick there from Carson Coleman. And La Salette's right back where they started. 5-man lineout from the opposing 40. Interesting to see them lifting a wing there in their lineout, but high school rugby, you got to do what you can do. Good tap play there from 9. Good carry through the middle. And La Salette just looks a little bit out of sorts here on attack. The Herriman blitz defense putting them under a bunch of pressure. A lot of handling errors. And we'll see if La Salette can kind of settle into this game a little bit. Again, the physicality of Herriman showing out. Number 12, McCray Parker, the captain there, with a great steal. USA Under-18 representative the last 2 years, and truly the leader of this team and one of the best players in the country at the high school level. Looks like got a Herriman, probably a 5-man launch here. Excuse me. Yep. Good ball there from Tajay Tua. And La Salette's done a really good job here to lock this ball up the front of this maul, but already given away a penalty. And now Herriman gets a tap play there from inside the 22. Ooh. Little bit pedantic there from the referee. But again, it looks like they're going to tap and go. Let their physicality do the work. Let their attack do the work. Excellent chop there from La Salette. Speed of ball from Herriman is excellent. Passing is excellent. Lovely chop there from Lewis Dittman. Good footwork there from Tajay Tua again. Ooh. That's again Lewis Dittman. Excellent run. Brings him within 1 meter of the line, but a knock on there. And La Salette escapes. One thing you're going to notice from La Salette here, very disciplined team, is never out of the fight. Now I'm interested to see this battle here we've got between Seamus Hanlon and Timote Kinikini. Kinikini's been pretty dominant in these first couple of scrums. Gave away a penalty in the last one. Ref said he was coming in, he was creeping up the side there, not driving straight. Don't know if I agree. But really interested to see this battle here. Good shape there for Kinikini. Excellent scrum there from Herriman. That kick goes straight down the middle of the field. Fielded easily there by Herriman's 15. And again, the skills of Herriman come into play. One of the most skilled teams in high school rugby. And then we've got McCray Parker to the line. Again, we talked about him already. One of the best players here in high school rugby. Was playing 7 for Herriman last year. And moved to 12 probably because, just so he gets a little bit more time on the ball. And pays off there in the end for Herriman. Herriman's up 10-0 here about 15 minutes into the game. You see the speed and the skill level that Herriman's able to play at. And La Salette, they're going to have to slow down Herriman's ball, get a couple more dominant tackles here. If they're going to have a chance to work themselves into this game, very difficult to slow down the dominant ball carriers of Herriman when they start moving as quickly as they are. service from Herriman's 9 has also been excellent so far, allowing them to play at a really high rate of speed, and Herriman's not recycling their defense nearly quick enough to stick with Herriman's attack. Kick attempt here from Carson Coleman. Reasonable attempt. Little shadow of the big arena, if anyone remembers the 2015 World Cup. Not quite as long, unfortunately. I would have really liked to see the entire dance, but all right. And now 10-0 Herriman, La Salette. Interested to see here if Herriman's happy to kick out of their own end, if they're going to look to start to spin up their attack and run from their own end. Big carry there from the number 8 from Herriman. Felipe. But an excellent steal at the breakdown. And La Salette's going to go for points here. This will be number 10, Lewis Dittman. Or excuse me. It looks like the number 11, Owen Whitehead. Also the winger I was discussing earlier. Who was jumping in the lineouts. As you can see, he's taped up to jump in those lineouts. Bit of a man of mystery. Kicking, jumping, hopefully scoring tries here soon as a winger. And an excellent nudge there. Well done. Well done, Owen Whitehead, one of the most multi-talented players on the field, obviously. Not often you see a man taped to jump in the lineouts wearing 11 and kicking for goal. So well done to him. We'll see if La Salette can start to work their way into this game, find a bit of a rhythm. They've looked out of rhythm. They've had some opportunities to launch from inside of Herriman's half and just not really taken their opportunities, but you know, couple seeing some points on the board there, maybe they'll start to calm down and work their way into this game. Huge kick there from Carson Coleman. Sits up very fortunately, and again we have Owen Whitehead on the ball. And La Salette's giving it back to Herriman, and Herriman's going to spin up their attack again. And we're going to come back for that knock-on. Nothing happened in there with that kick from Carson Coleman. And Herriman's right back inside the 22 with an opportunity from this scrum launch. And again, I'll bring the attention down to this battle here at Luced with Timote Kinikini and Seamus Hanlon. Kinikini's had the best of this battle so far. And this dominant scrum is going to really give Herriman excellent ball to launch off of here. Watch Kinikini's shape. Great scrum from Herriman again. Little 8-9. Ball dropped there by McCrae Parker. And a penalty. Signaled offside by the referee. Didn't see it, but I'm sure it was a good call. And this kick for touch will be Lewis Dittman. Dittman's got quite a boot on him. He's got a little bit more height than you normally see on someone kicking for touch, but good start there from Dittman. And again, we've got a La Salette launch 5-man lineup from their own 40. And they've had some trouble here at the lineouts so far, and let's see if they can get a good clean launch here, start to spin up their attack. And again, one there at the back by number 4, Ezekiel Mendoza, and then good carry there from Anthony Carlisle. La Salette snaps back to the edge. Good carry up the edge there, but nothing super threatening for Herriman here, and we'll see what we can do off the sideline. Referee down. And again, you see the chaos that Herriman creates defensively. You see that all of them getting at least 2 meters off the line, taking away space, and forcing La Salette to make decisions under pressure. Good boot on that from Brendan Quigley. Unfortunately, straight out. We'll come back here for a line out. Herriman launch from the 40-meter line. We're just slowly working our way into this game. Neither team, being perfect. Probably a little bit of nerves that this being nationals and them all being high school boys. Good line-out win from number 7, Cannon Brinton. And a great carry there from the number 8, Felice Felipe. Excellent carry. And that's the physicality we're talking about in Herriman's attack. One of the more overall impressive teams in high school rugby. You see the quality of the individual athlete. You also see the quality of the coaching that they have and how connected their attack is. McCray Parker again on the ball. Maybe they put him at 12 just because he wanted to get some opportunities to kick the ball a little bit more. Not sure how I feel about the decision there from McCray. Think you probably could have kept that in hand, especially inside your own half. And La Salette's playing out of their own end. Not sure about this either. There we go. Nope. Second phase inside their own 22. Running straight into the teeth of the defense. Felipe probably not the man to run at in that situation based on that shot. Man's got some pretty heavy shoulders on him. Ball goes straight down the pipe to the 15. 10 on the run again. Great ball out to the number 4. Kemper Castro. Castro on the charge. Ball's in. And Herriman's putting some air under the ball again. A little wide. Again, you see the skill level this Herriman team can play at. Excellent. We've talked about this already, this fast ball that Herriman's getting. And a ball back inside. Well covered by La Salette, but a great carry there from Kini Kini. And a penalty against La Salette. Herriman again playing quickly. This is not a team looking to wait around. Not a team looking to wait around. And an excellent carry. Very fired up. Cannon Brinton. Excellent carry. You love to see a young man that is that excited to score a try here at Nationals, representing his team. One of the better young players here in high school rugby as well, Cannon Brinton. Invitee to the USA Under-18s camp. And you love to see a man playing with that amount of passion for his club. And again, we come back to La Salette playing that many phases inside their own half, not getting the ball out from inside their own 22, just kind of not quite executing the basics you need against a team as good and as clinical as Herriman. You see Herriman 3 or 4 phases, and they are scoring if they can put them together. Kick attempt here from Carson Coleman. And automatic for a man of his quality. Really, really enjoyed watching Carson Coleman playing 10 here for Herriman. He's been putting a lot of air on the ball. He's been organizing his forwards really well. You see that he's getting the ball out of the back of his first forward pod almost all the time. Really doing a lot to commit inside defenders and give his backs and his edge forwards a lot of space to play in. And when Herriman gets some space and when they get the ball on the front foot, they're, again, one of the most dangerous attacking teams in the country. And Herriman's really starting to look comfortable on the ball here. Going to run it out of their own end. And that's Felipe again. 2, 3. 3 broken tackles there, and in 2 phases we've gone from inside Herriman's 22 to inside La Salette's 22, and just feeling himself a little bit too much there. Coleman probably could have kept that ball in hand and scored another try. You do like to see the ambition on the young man, but let's probably need to punt that one back in the bag and keep it there. Waiting to see what the rep. There we go. It's going to be a La Salette launch inside their 40. And let's see if they put some air on the ball here, or if they just choose to kick and play in Herriman's half. Based on how it's been going so far, you'd think they'd choose to put the ball on the foot and play a little bit of rugby in the other team's half. They've spent most of the time defending this first half. They need to take some pressure off of themselves. And again, an excellent scrum there from Kini. And a great shot there from McCray Parker. Again, not a man to choose to run at. A lot of hard men in this Herriman squad. La Salette puts a little bit of air on the ball, and an excellent kick there. Excellent kick there from Sieni now. Covered pretty well by Herriman's 15. And the man's got some dancing feet, but unfortunately doesn't keep the ball in hand. Looks like he jumped so high he'd need the ball out of his own arms. Which is the danger when you've got to step that well. If you can step that well, jump that high. Never a problem for me, fortunately. And now we've gone from a La Salette scrum inside their own half to an excellent attacking position here from La Salette. Interested to see what they can do with this, and going to need a good scrum here to launch off of. Excellent scrum again from Kini. And a bit of a run it straight challenge there from the 10 Lewis Dittman. Probably not, again, the choice if you're going to run through a channel. It probably shouldn't be McCray Parker's. Again, a great shot from Parker and a steal. And Herriman again proving why they're one of the best teams in the country. Kick for touch from Coleman, and makes some reasonable ground. We're going to have a good line-out launch opportunity here from Herriman. They've been pretty good with their line-out so far. Might have just commentator cursed my friend Tuai there, so apologies for that, young man. Herriman looks like they're going to be four-man line-out this entire time. Yep, and I've cursed him. I'm sorry, young fella. I used to really hate when commentators did that to me. And, again, apologies. And we've got a La Salette scrum again. Let's see if they can lock this down a little bit. This tight head, Seamus Hanlon, just needs to get his right shoulder down. Needs to play a little bit lower. He's just letting Kini up underneath his shoulder. Very difficult to run your scrum launches the way you want to when your scrum's going backwards. These 9, JT Hammer's doing a lot of work just to get the ball to his 10 so they can run their launch play. And again, straight backwards. Good ball there from Hammer. La Salette playing really, really deep here. Good nudge. Find some grass. Again from Sioni now. And Herriman again. Not only choosing to play out of their own end, putting 5 passes already. And that's Coleman. And that's the hooker, Tuai. Excellent carry from Tuai. And Herriman makes the sensible decision to kick out of their own end. Good kick there from their 9. Excellent contestable and well taken by Zachary Mendoza. Not often you see a hooker taking the ball over his head like that. Backwards from Hammer. Great steal on the ground there from Cannon Britton. Good call from the ref. And we'll have Lewis Dittman kicking for touch. And it's going to be a really good opportunity here for La Salette. An excellent kick from Dittman. La Salette's going to have a launch 10 meters out from Herriman's line. First real threatening opportunity for their attack. First they need to win this line out, though. They've been struggling a little bit at the line out. Again, their jumping winger hasn't quite won as much ball as you would hope. Herriman putting a good amount of pressure there at the front, and La Salette struggling to get it over that first jumper. The long ball, excellent. That's 4, and that's an excellent score there from La Salette, kind of playing into what Herriman expected, and just threw it straight to the number 4 there, Ezekiel Mendoza, and Mendoza crashes over a huge man for a 17-year-old. Excellent score, excellent finish there from Mendoza, and La Salette's right back in this game. They've got the physicality to stick with Herriman. It's just they're going to be able to, if they can execute at set piece, this game could turn into a little bit more of a game than people expected. Great try there from Mendoza. And again, it's the kicking winger, the kicking in, jumping winger, Owen Whitehead. Kicking this one from about 15 out in from touch. Shadow of John Eales here, anyone who remembers the 2001 Australian team, former captain of Australia. Kicking lock. Good strike there. And an excellent strike again from Owen Whitehead. You see why he's there. He's one of the most multi-talented men on the field. Jumping in lineouts, kicking for goal. Hopefully, we'll hopefully see him scoring tries here eventually. You love to see a man with that many talents on a rugby field. And La Salette's brought this down to 17-10. They've had barely any ball inside of Herriman's half, and it's only 10-17. And Herriman losing their discipline a little bit there in the last 5 minutes and letting La Salette back in this game. Excellent kick from Carson Coleman. And we're back on our man Whitehead, and absolutely smashed there by Herriman. That was the number 6, Jaden Mangelson. And that'll be the half. Probably a more competitive half than most people would have expected there from La Salette. Herriman really spun it up there in the middle 20, but kind of lost their rhythm and started playing a little bit too much with the ball in hand. Overall, a pretty competitive half there from La Salette, and if they can start to put some phases together and win a couple more of their set pieces, I think they're going to be in business here.
17-10. Herriman started out so strong and looked like maybe they could take control of this early. They are in excellent form of the Mustangs, but the Lions from La Salette Academy in Illinois, with a just amazing fan following, as you can see, the whole student body is here. They are not backing down. Herriman goes through their number 8, Felici Felipe. Well tackled, and it's something you'll see from La Salette. They are not afraid to tackle. Got down low, forced a knock on. An excellent attacking opportunity now for La Salette. Want to thank also our sponsors, Next Phase Rugby. You want to get recruited, nextphaserugby.com. See how you can download that app, connect with collegiate rugby teams all over the country. Quigley now digs that out, gets it to Dittman. Dittman, nice wide pass. Mackin, nowhere to go. He's bottled up well. Back to Blood. Another penalty against Herriman. He's got to be careful there, and then you can pretend you're rolling that ball back, and you're throwing it away. Referee's not too happy about that. We're going to have a talking to. McCrae Parker, hands on hips, just a little bit frustrated. Go back and say, just please don't throw the ball away. It'd be really nice. It'd be really appreciated if you didn't throw the ball away. Kick to Tush, and And with that line out, not straight, and that kind of execution situation is really important for the team on attack. That is that launching pad. But if you contest, you can force that not straight call. Captain Marco Cruz is deep. The kick is actually high and held up a little bit by the wind. That'll be a good clearance for Herriman. They'll be relatively happy with that. The wind is pretty stiff going into their faces right now. I don't know if you can see when we go a little bit further down the field, you'll see the La Salette flags just flying in the wind. I think every team needs a flag. Up they go. Tapped back by Zis. Referee says play on. Good clear out there. That really looked dangerous for the turnover. Good pass from Sick. Slow ball for La Salette. Quigley looking for that box kick. Was a bit in two minds. Partially charged down. Carlisle does well to catch that. Another good play from the prop. Zis takes an outside angle. But running at Herriman's not really going to help you. Hanlon, good fend, but now La Salette going a little bit backwards. And there's that box kick from Quigley. That's a little bit better. Bounces over, almost over Coleman, and he is summarily tackled. Great open field tackle there from the wing, Owen Whitehead. Good carry from Castro. But over the ball quickly is this. And this one where you see what's the difference between penalty against Herriman and a penalty against Herriman on offense. And that is how quickly the tackler rolled away. And La Salette is going to take points. 17-10. We are in playoff rugby situation. And the kick from Whitehead is up and straight through. That is a very good kick. Wind blown, certainly, but still a very good kick. And that makes it 17-13. Kick and immediately just put boot to ball, get it down the other end. Herriman looking to see if they can run out, and they are good at counterattacking, but it's that open field tackling from La Salette that's going to see them through. Felipe powering through a couple of tacklers. Now quickly out wide. Good little sort of show and go from Castro. But he is tackled, and that ball flung out and goes into touch. Is that going to be a knock-on? And if so, to who? If you knock it on into touch, you get the option. You get the scrum or the line-out. I would take the scrum at this point. Right now, I have to say this is a very interesting performance from La Salette. They do get under your skin a little bit. They are enormously fit, and they tackle well. They do the fundamentals extremely well. Herriman often has a size advantage against a team like this, but rugby is not just a game about size. Quigley back to his fly half. Dittman, high ball, just in front of the 22, just how you like it. Caught by Grundy. Grundy looking to go far wide to Wilson. Wilson cut back inside. Coleman looking for help. A good offload there. And there's that ball handling. Kinney, number one, still running, still breaking out of a tackle, and finally taken down. What a run from the prop. And once again, Salette over that ball very, very quickly. I think that was the open side flanker, Jean-Paul Agpapuruonwu, who goes over that. No, I'm sorry, my mistake there. From my angle, difficult to see whether they got the poach or not. That is actually a try. My apologies there. Trying to see that from my angle. All the way down on the near side. Great run from Timote Kinney, and he does get over the line for a crucial try for Herriman, 22-13. Coleman with the kick. That one will drift wide a little bit. So it stays 22-13, 2-score lead for Herriman. Just as we were talking about, Herriman perhaps kept in check a little bit. They explode with an impressive attack, and once again just getting up ahead of steam. Mangelson. Rhett Parker. Out to Castro. Just been such a difficult player to contain. Good pass back from Hammer. Looking to unleash Holverson. It's Kyler Holverson there. And a penalty there, not rolling. Andrew Sick, penalty. And that's been very consistent from referee Pat Fate. He wants them to roll away, get out of that tackle area. Then it's a free ball to contest. Good take. Brinton now for Herriman. So physical. Coleman looking to unleash now. But not enough support there, and right over the top. Henry Betts does very well to get that holding on penalty for La Salette. And you see how the breakdown is working now for the referee. You roll away quickly, then you have rights to the ball. And he's allowing that really quick movement as long as you roll away. If you don't roll away, he's not going to allow it. Well, Lewis Dittman was looking to kick to the near left side. Instead, he kicked far to the right. That's an interesting decision, but it's really predicated on where the wind is blowing. And I don't know if you can see the flags on the screen. I don't believe so. But if there you go. It's just on the right-hand side of your screen. You might be able to see it. But they are blowing exactly the direction Dittman sent it. Getting the wing up in the air this time. Whitehead kicks goals, plays on the wing, jumps in the line out. Ball lost forward, knocked forward by Herriman, so it'll be a scrum down for La Salette. This has been a wonderful day of rugby. Once again, day 2, such a difficult day. I have to say day 2 is probably the most difficult day at Nationals. Day 3, hey, look, you're playing to just finish with a win. Most of you have gotten a win. And so you can say, hey, we won, we played well, and everything like that. And certainly the final is difficult, and so is the 7th, 8th game, because you don't want to end up winless. But today is when you've had to recover from a very, very difficult game. What a great little sidestep. Out wide. Options for Herriman. Cooper Grundy goes into contact. He's grabbed. He is thrown into touch. Betts once again in there, along with Andrew Sick. You see the head coach, athletic director, Father James Carlisle there, just very calmly with his hands behind his back saying, yeah, that's very nice. I like that. Quite happy. Line out throw. Referee wasn't ready. Sione now so dangerous there. That one tapped back a little bit by Mendoza. Kicked ahead. Herriman looking to just create some havoc. And what a run out of trouble, and just a little bit too much perhaps. Marco Cruz, referee says that one went backwards. Herriman has it. I think he just asked a little bit to just bridge too far perhaps. Herriman retains, barely. Parker, that one knocked on. Knocked on intentionally, was it? Yes, it was. Intentional knock on. Here, okay, I've muted it for a second. Make sure this is up against your mouth, right close. And let's not be afraid to be bold.
Okay.
So move the mic up. There we go. Good. Herriman now attacking. Brendan breaks through another tackle once again.
Yeah, real strong contact through the gap there.
And a little sidestep.
Good
Still
man.
going. Still going.
And he's over the line.
And that, I believe, was Asher Coleman, the fly half. Yes, it was. Joined by Sam Cheney, new head coach at Adrian College. Glad you could come in for the second half. We're playing musical announcers here with Peter Malcolm giving us the first half. And Sam, just, as you said, attack the line.
Yeah, and thank you. I'm excited to be here and excited to take over and get things moving back at Adrian.
You're coming just down, not that far, right?
No.
We're in the Michiana area.
Yeah,
right?
It was about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive,
Yeah,
so
no
not
big
bad
time.
at all.
And as we set up that conversion attempt, 27-13 now, and the kick is up, and it is good. That makes it 29-13. So he had it to 17-13, is a little bit on an edge, and then Herriman has come and taken control of it. And the idea, Sam, of what do you do when you're like a little knocked back, and maybe you're the favorite, right?
Sure.
And you're looking over your shoulder a little bit. How do you respond?
Yeah, that's a great point. A team like Herriman, yesterday they put on an absolute masterclass of moving the ball, and they are in many respects the favorite this weekend, but they're just a very disciplined team. They're a very cohesive team. And so when your back is against the wall, those are the kind of things, those are the kind of aspects and characteristics that you really look for in players, in teams as a whole to get back on the front foot and put the pressure on the opposition.
Bit of a mistake there by Herriman, though, thinking he's not held in the tackle and getting up. That's a high-risk, low-reward play often,
Sure.
Giving you a couple of extra meters, but you might give up a penalty. I tend to advise players to be conservative in that one, but that penalty not really needed by Herriman. They've got guys who can get them meters. They don't need to get that extra.
They're absolutely phenomenal in the contact area.
And so the kick from Dittman. Now they go up again to Whitehead, the wing, but that just went just over his fingertips. Nicely rescued
Way to
by
hold
the
on to
Mustangs.
the tackle there.
Coleman. Oh, and that was almost intercepted. Parker instead rescues it, breaks through another. A couple of little iffy possessions, but there's Brinton. I have to tell you, I was so impressed with him last year. Heartbreaking to see him get injured right
a little bit
at
of late contact.
And that is a knockout, but they were going to give that a late hit. A little bit right on the border, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he was committed.
Discretionary.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's it's there. It was after the pass was made 100%, and a penalty against La Salette. So Herriman's going to take that, and Coleman send that into touch. Look at those flags. There's a great shot of all of the La Salette student body. Remember, there's a very small school. Everyone, freshman year and sophomore year, plays rugby. And then after that, you can choose not to play rugby, but you must do something to support the rugby team. You can work in their broadcast. You can work as a trainer. You can work as a manager, things like that. And a lot of them do this sort of pep rally stuff. It's fantastic to see. It's a very small school, akin to St. Martin's Kingfishers in Kansas or Gregory the Great in Pennsylvania. And they've adopted rugby, and they're so good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we were talking about Herriman being
Parker.
very disciplined.
Let me interrupt you for a second because McCrae Parker is going through everybody. They call him Thanos, and he just crushes through 3 or 4 tackles. And we've been sort of waiting for that. Now
Swinging
that wide pass.
Ooh.
And a little bit of a
bobble.
mistake, but such a talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Parker just outran his support a little bit. They did manage to recycle that, and they sent that wide, and it was there, but
got to catch the ball.
You got to catch the ball. And so we will go for another kick to touch. Dittman trying to get his full value from his kicks and make sure of that touch finder
Nice
as well. And the wind is swirling around a little bit, but I still have to say that generally it's been favoring La Salette in the second half. Halftime it was 17-10, then it became 17-13, and then a couple of tries, but that line out.
The line out stolen.
Trouble in the line out for La Salette. And now Coleman looking to send that that little short pass to Felipe.
Good clear out.
Sets that back. Coleman again. Sending it to Now. Now, hit, taken down. Coleman again, moving it. Oh, you muted me. Red. Yes, so that's St. Edward and Xavier. And St. Edward's in green. Right? And sorry, I got pulled away there.
Oh, you're all good.
Yeah. So there we go with the tap move.
Got a little feistiness out of Herriman.
La Salette.
Looks like Herriman's rolling with the pick and goes, trying to gain just inches at a time, get us closer to that try line. And turnover ball. Herriman's getting sent back 10. La Salette just sending it down the field, trying to play the territory game. Great carry by Herriman, gaining most of those meters back.
Coleman running through. Oh, that one, that's a bit of a high tackle. Yes, right around the neck. That the referee Fate has seen that. As the fatigue sets in, you don't get low and you come in and just drape that arm around. You can't do that.
Absolutely. When that fatigue starts setting in, technique is usually the first thing to go.
(29-13) in this national semifinal. I know, it's a little bit intimidating to sit there right in front of all the opposing student body there. It's a pretty good turnout for La Salette.
Oh, it's a great turnout for La Salette. And I'll tell you, I got to be on the sideline next to them when they played Xavier yesterday, and they're every bit as entertaining as the team on the field.
That is an atmosphere for sure, and we love that. And it's been a great atmosphere here. I love those games where everyone stops to watch. This is one of those. San Diego Mustangs against Cavemen. That was one just having wrapped up, I believe. And that will be not straight. Herriman not happy. And you see, actually, JT Hammer put his head in his hands. He knew that was an important one. Still, 29-13, Herriman leads. We have another semifinal in the school bracket coming up right after this on this field. St. Ignatius against Gonzaga. Two
that
teams.
Has the makings of a great showdown.
They've played each other. It was a free kick against Herriman for an early shove. Here comes La Salette. Youthful impatience, trying to get back to what they wanted. We just have to accept that it wasn't going to happen. Quickly out wide. Movement. Oh, and a hard carry from Mackin. Penalty against Herriman. And this is a variation on the not rolling away, and this time just not getting back on your side before you come into the ruck. Quigley with the box kick. That bounces, and that's going to roll into touch. That is a very useful little kick. Turn that around territorially. Well, we see Ignatius and Gonzaga coming up later, right on this broadcast here. Those two teams have met twice in the national final and are 1-1, so that'll be interesting to see that. They've met also in the semifinals. And right now it looks like Herriman, but you never know.
Line out.
You never know. Felipe goes straight into contact. Quick ball out from Hammer. Coleman to Parker. Quick hands out, looking to test La Salette on the wing. Wilson. Back to Brinton. He drops that one off to Sagala. Now into the La Salette half. Coleman. Straight ball
Great
to Felipe.
Inside ball.
That number 8. There's the sidestep. I think he's going to go.
He has the distance. Oh, did he knock it on?
Ankle tapped just on the line. Referee says...
Signals the knock on.
Knock on. And you know what? That encapsulates La Salette so well. Lewis Dittman, I think, made the tackle. They just don't give up on it. A quick goal line drop. Goes down the field, rolls into touch, and just like that, they come back. La Salette escapes what looked to be a sure try. And I think Herriman right now, yes, they're winning, and if this holds, they'll be delighted to be in the final. They won't be happy about the chances they had that fell apart. That one after the McRae-Parker run, and then this one after the Felipe run. Those are... at the very highest level, those are chances you have to take.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you something about this La Salette team. As skilled and as cohesive as Herriman is, like you said, this La Salette team, they have so much fight and so much team discipline. They're not going to give. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give an inch where they still have breath to fight.
Keenan Rollins coming in, replacing Brinton at flank.
Great push by Herriman.
And now they run a play. Parker hit and it doesn't let go. Nice tackle from Betts. Out to the fullback. Still on his feet, still running. La Salette has to work hard to make that tackle. Coleman. Hammer now looking to pass. Coleman again. Felipe. Coleman sets that flat pass again.
Half gap, and this time he is across the line.
Timote Kini goes in for the try under the post, and that surely is the game-sealing try for Herriman. Perhaps the Mustangs can breathe a little easier now after that try under the post. That will put them in a commanding 21-point lead with the conversion to come. If they kick this, then it'll be a 4-score lead, and I think that might be
that will probably be insurmountable.
Timote Kini, very athletic, loose head prop.
And he puts it through.
It is there.
You see good sportsmanship there.
And ball game. That is it. Herriman makes it to the final. They won it all in 2021. They made the final last year and lost in a nail-biter, 20-17. And this time, they are back in the final. 36-13 defeat of La Salette Academy. I would have to say it was tougher than that.
Yeah, absolutely. The score line doesn't necessarily show how close this game really was.
And La Salette Academy will be looking to play the losing team of the next match, which will be St. Ignatius against Gonzaga. Right now we are at 3:10 Eastern Time, and in 30 minutes we're going to come back for that match. Thank you for joining us on the USA Youth and High School YouTube channel. This is the Boys High School National Championships. Want to thank some of our sponsors. That includes Arch Insurance, the accident insurer for all of youth and high school rugby in the USA. Thank you for your support. World Rugby Shop. Get your fan gear and your equipment at World Rugby Shop. They provided a boot bag for every player at this tournament, which is very nice of them. And our big supporter of this tournament, and the U.S. Rugby Foundation. I just had a fantastic conversation with the CEO, Shane Young, talking about the U.S. Rugby Foundation and what they do to support. We talk about grassroots rugby, but elite level rugby, referees, the referee development here. That is what U.S. Rugby Foundation is supporting. You can make a donation, even any donation, small. Join their clubhouse. The money you give to this organization goes to support this fantastic game. And we would like to thank also the coaches from so many different colleges who've come here and supported this tournament. Adrian, thank you very much, Sam.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Indiana, Kentucky, Valparaiso, Fordham, Ohio State, Lindenwood, Miami of Ohio, Iowa, Trine, and Army West Point, just to name a few. What a great place to go watch some high school rugby. Sam Chaney, thank you very much. Good luck with Adrian with your first season coming up, probably around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. We will take a break. We'll be back for the next game in about 30 minutes.